Good morning. So yes, I said I wasn't gonna do any more video. Well, I said I wasn't gonna do much more on the Kanye thing, the anti-Semitism thing in particular. What's happened though is that since the last video, I've had a number of people reach out. We've had some amazing conversations. Hopefully, some of them will be future guests. But one in particular, Daniel Aboudi, who's a rapper, Aboudi. Go and check out his stuff, please. He's a rapper out of North London. He's of Jewish origin. He's Jewish, sorry. And, excuse me. And he said that there's a lot to it. Now, to it meaning, what's the difference between anti-Semitism and racism? Why is there a special word for when people are sort of saying negative things about Jewish people? What it seems to be is that there's a link with the religion and the culture. So it's like, you know, black people can be Muslim, they can be Christian, they can be Catholic, they can be all sorts. So I guess there's no one intrinsic religion that are attached with black people, whereas with Jewish people, there's a religion and a culture that's kind of linked in. Look, I guess maybe in some ways like Islamic people, why it's called Islamophobia. You know, there's that thing there as well. And there's been some sort of ideas that I was confused about. You know, why was it not cool to say certain things? Why was it not cool to say, you know, Jewish people are in the music industry or in film and TV or whatever? And the thinking and what I've been sort of reminded. And actually, I've got to shout out Verity Raphael, because she was someone that actually a couple of years ago, during a challenging period in my life, shall we say, when we were speaking about when Wiley, sorry, not Kane, I always get the two confused, when Wiley was saying some problematic stuff in a similar fashion, actually. She explained this, and I forgot when Aboudi mentioned it to me the other day. I was remember, oh yeah, Verity told me this already, that after the Second World War, that the Jewish community were sort of like escaping that shit in Germany, and there was only certain industries and, you know, jobs that weren't considered very profitable at the time, but that they could go into, and those being, you know, sort of like banking. Well, banking's always probably been profitable, but they went into banking, they went into Hollywood, into entertainment, and they went into music, and sort of like, and then stayed there, you know, and that's why, you know, you see the situation it is now. But I think what happens is that naturally, I think people in the Jewish community, and I mean, this might be some sort of like genetic hangover, I don't know, I'm not a scientist, I'm not gonna try and, you know, sort of like go too deep into that, but it's like this feeling that as soon as they get sort of marked out, you know, or if someone says, oh, you're Jew, aren't you? You know what I mean? That's gonna lead into some shit. I completely get that. And I can see why there's almost a hypersensitivity, you know, to the idea that you're being kind of like identified as a certain thing. And, you know, I've had someone in a drum and bass community explain to me how their kids go to a Jewish school, and how they regularly get bomb threats, like today. Like, that is insane. My son's school in Hertfordshire, I can pretty safely say that's never going to happen. Like, you know what I mean? However long he's there, he's just like secondary school. However long he's there, I can pretty confidently say that school, which I won't mention obviously, but that school will not get a bomb threat because of the inhabitants of the school. But my friend is telling me his kids, his wife, him have to go through this scenario where they hear this shit about their school, where their kids are, like on a monthly, weekly basis, from what I understand. It's crazy. So I get it. Like, shit, man. I understand that it's a really, really important and salient problem, and quite frankly, I'm 100% behind, you know, the idea that we should be eradicating anti-Semitism. I'm so behind that, because yeah, if you are seemingly saying things that might be deemed as you want to do something to a certain section of society because of who they are. Like I said in my last video, I need to be hung, drawn and quartered. It's not a problem for me. So there's that. And I will not deviate from that. That will always be my feeling on it. And you know, like I said, I will get behind it 100%. There is the other side, though, and we're going to Kanye now. And he's admitted that on Piers Morgan, that he said that phrase, that comment he made, DEFCON 3 on all Jews. I don't know if you can hear that. Can you hear that? Sky, I don't know what he's doing. He like cleans around nearby where I live, and he's got some like big rattly sort of thing, and it just sounds like a murderer is coming to like slice everyone up. It's so terrifying. Sometimes he does it at like 4 a.m, when it's really dark as well. It's like fucking scary. Anyway, I do love estate life. Kanye now has gone on Piers Morgan. He said, you know, that he was saying these things to shock and hurt people. Well, he didn't really want to hurt people, but he wanted to shock people, because Piers put that to him, and then Kanye admitted, yeah, I did say this racist shit. I'm fighting fire with fire. Okay, so it kind of, you know, I don't want to say I told you so, but I told you so. No, and I don't mean that disrespectfully. Please don't misunderstand what I'm saying. But like, I just feel like that was always his plan. In the same way, you know, Jesse Lee Peterson or Stephen Crowther or Milo Yiannopoulos or Cenk, what's his name, the Cenk brother from Young Turks, you know, whatever political side you might be on, you're going to say some crazy shit to get some attention sometimes. Shit, I mean, even Neil deGrasse Tyson's been wilding out lately. So I think in the modern era, here's my thing. I think in the modern era, I think now it might be, I don't know. I've been thinking whether or not we have to learn to be a little bit more, I don't want to say analytical, but just ask, well, why is he saying that? You know, like I feel like sometimes people will say some shit, and I watch people, you know, on YouTube on both the left and right side of the so-called political spectrum. I personally think it's all bullshit. Personally, I think that we're right-wing about some things, and I think most people are left-wing about other things, and you know, and I think most people are, even the most staunch leftists or the staunch rightists, have still got shit about them that would suggest they're, you know, have a view in the opposite direction. I think we're all on a sort of political kind of spectrum. So if I said, you know, how should paedophiles be, you know, treated in society, there might be a tiny minority of people that are like, well, you know, I think we should study them and look at them. But everyone else is pretty much going to be like, castrate and burn them and kill them. Like, I mean, pretty much, like, down the line, you know. But again, I mean, that's a very extreme example, I accept that. But then you take something like abortion, and it's like, okay, you know, there's a lot of people on one side, a lot of people on the other side, and it's like very sort of split down the middle. And I just think that's just kind of like, you know, I think people I wish people would realise that more. Like I know that I've probably lost the respect of people for just saying I watched Joe Rogan, for example. I mean, the idea that Russell Brand is a right-wing guy now, you know, it is insane to me. But that's the world we're sort of coming to, and I just wish there was just more conversation and more discourse, and the ability to go, you know what, fuck it, let's just go for a pint. Like, do you know what I mean? It don't matter. It doesn't matter. You know, I wish there was a bit more of that. That's what I really enjoy, that you can have a very heated debate with someone, and it's something that I, for a number of reasons, I had to learn, you know, to be able to sort of stop in debate mode and sort of go, you know what, this doesn't matter. We're fine. I still like you, you still like me, we still get on, let's just move forwards. But it seems as though as soon as you mention, you know, a certain thing about yourself, that's it, people are done with you. And that's just, I think, what frustrates me about Kanye, because I think he could do so much good. And I think that he does these things to get the attention that he thinks he needs in order to bring, you know, sort of like, attention for, his business or whatever. But I think if he released a really good song, I think he'd get just as much, especially if some of the lyrics in it were his thoughts and feelings, because it'd still get out there, especially now. Now imagine now he released a track. Everyone's going to be listening to that, but he's got the attention maybe sometimes in the wrong way. And like I said in my previous video, I don't think he's the best public speaker. He really isn't. But he is honest. That's the thing I kind of feel I like about him, is that, if you watch the Piers Morgan interview, he does just sort of like admit to things and just sort of says it in the moment. And he said one thing that was really important in the Piers Morgan interview: I update every day. That's what he said, because that's what we all like. On a Monday, a particular opinion about something you might have, and then by Wednesday, after sleeping on it a couple of nights, you might have changed your opinion. And, at first he was being quite militant about what he said, and then now he's sort of basically apologising. So I'm wondering if we can be the same way. I'm wondering if that our initial anger and frustration at Kanye wearing the White Lives Matter t-shirt can maybe be augmented from day to day to kind of go, all right, I get it. All right, it's a dick move, but fine. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I just feel like we could probably do that. So I feel like this definitely should be my last video about fucking Kanye, particularly. However, from this Kanye thing, there is a sort of anti-Semitism versus racism conversation I would like to continue having at some point. I can't remember if I shouted out people at the beginning, but I'm pretty sure I said Abudi and others, Verity Raphael. Shout out to Lisa Luxford, shout out to Maria as well. Going out to my son as always. Anyway, enough for the shout outs, it's not fucking pirate radio. But yeah, I hope that will clear things up. Obviously, if there's things you want to say, thanks for all the people that commented, thanks for all the subscribers. I really appreciate it, actually. That was really cool. It was only a tiny little amount. It was like 20, 15 people. But I was like, nice one. So I won't be so dour. So please like, comment and subscribe. I'll keep it lively. And basically, I was watching the video. I was like, why are you being so, why are you so angry at people? Is this because you don't like, because I'm shit for asking for things. As crazy as that might sound, I'm terrible at asking for things. Yeah, anyway, love to you all. I really, really appreciate the comments and the engagement so far. And I'm gonna keep going. Oh, please send me suggestions if you have anything, or videos or shit that you've seen out there you think Chris might wanna have a look at that and speak on it. But I'm not doing your personal fucking sniping. I'm not gonna say, oh, what do you think about that? Well, okay. I'm not going to do it on your behalf. If I see some shit in the industry, and that's the jungle drum and bass industry primarily, and I decide to speak on it, that is one thing. Because yeah, because there's a couple. There's a couple a couple of people I would probably want to speak on publicly. But that might be. Yeah, let's not, yeah. You can see it in my eyes, and you can see me go, yeah. And there's those of you that know me personally and know me really well will know exactly who I'm talking about. But there you go. So anyway, love to you all. Like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you again in the next one.